Kanye West, he's starting to get exhausting.
West is legitimizing extremism.
Kanye West is out here dining with white supremacists and dropping unsolicited Nazi praise. Like, how did we get here?
Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Come here. Listen, I've been rocking with Kanye since like junior high. Back in 8th grade, heard him say made me feel like the star of my own movie. Got crushed by a bad test score, Bring Me Down was on repeat. Daydreaming about my future glow up, Street Lights had my back. Angry at the World, Power gave me all the rage I needed. Kanye wasn't just a rapper, he was a whole mood. I wanna sit here hand to heart and tell y'all, I love Kanye. But is that even true anymore? I mean, I always love his music. The man is a genius, that is, I said it. His tracks didn't just bang, they built me. They're tied to memories, moments, and moods, but somewhere along the line, Kanye stopped being the Kanye we knew. He started, well, while
when you hear about slavery for 400 years, for 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
When someone comes up and says something like, I am a god, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
You know how we put celebrities on these godlike pedestals like they can do no wrong because their art makes us feel something, but then bam, reality hits and you realize these people are human, flawed, messy, and sometimes outright chaotic, or as Kendrick put it, celebrity don't mean integrity, you fool. Preach, Lord Kenny, preach. So yeah, I love Kanye. Okay, scratch that, I love his music. But let's be real, can we actually separate the artist from the art? Like, at this point, should we even try? The man has said some things, and I mean things. It's exhausting. Some people will ride for Kanye no matter what. Others are ready to cancel his entire existence. Me, I'm just over here clutching my copy of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and whispering, Kanye, please get it together.
Do you feel that I'm feeling, do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
I actually don't think you're thinking anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought. And the reason why I feel like that
is because Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. Frankly, I'm disappointed, I'm appalled, and brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real.
Let's get one thing straight. Kanye isn't just a rapper, he's a hip-hop legend like top-tier icon status. We're talking one of the world's best-selling music artists with a casual 160 million records sold, and don't forget the 24 Grammy Awards. The most of any hip-hop artist, tied with Jay-Z, but still, say what you want about Kanye and you still can't deny that the man's got receipts. Kanye's talent didn't just pop out of nowhere. At 5 years old, he was already writing poetry. Imagine flexing on your kindergarten classmates like that. By 3rd grade, he was rapping. By 7th grade, he was making beats. Meanwhile, the rest of us were just trying to figure out how to pass math class. Fast forward to college and Kanye's like, Mom, I'm really done with this education thing. I wanna be a rapper. Mom was like, okay son, follow your dreams. Psych, stupid. She wasn't having it. She hit him with the classic black mom energy. Son, you better finish up with your grades before you even think about all that. But Kanye being Kanye, he dropped out anyway. Next thing you know, he's hustling in Chicago producing tracks for local artists, and then boom, Rockefeller Records notices him. Imagine Kanye standing there all wide-eyed and they're like, who's this kid? Kanye's like, huh? Me? Rockefeller took one listen at his beats and they said, you're hired. Well, he was that good. And that's how Kanye ended up co-producing the blueprint for Jay-Z. That album, straight up fire. And this was prime Kanye, y'all. Before the naked spouses, before declaring himself as God, and definitely before the ugly shoes. We'll get to all that chaos later. Don't worry. But back to prime Kanye. The College Dropout dropped and it was a cultural reset. Slow Jams, Certified Bop, Gold Digger, and Anthem, Stronger, a whole era. The man couldn't miss. Everything he touched turned into gold or platinum, to be more exact. Kanye wasn't just making music, he was redefining what hip-hop could sound like. Yeah, the music was great, but Kanye has always been Kanye. Headlines, oh, he's got that on lock for sure. Not always for the music though. It's like he'd wake up some mornings and think, the world seems peaceful today. Too peaceful, and boom, Josh Bush like, huh, you don't care about black people. Mic drop. Everyone in the room, jaws on the floor. Chris Tucker panics, blinking like his Wi-Fi just cut off. Iconic, chaotic, pure Kanye. It's like he couldn't help himself. Rogue is just his factory setting.
People also loved how outspoken he was. Today, they wish he would shut the hell up.
Now, Kanye's life has always been a chaotic one, but besides all that, there's always been one constant in Kanye's life: Donda. If Kris Jenner as the queen of mom managers, then Donda would be the OG. She has always been Kanye's ride or die, his mentor, his biggest fan, a professor of English who nurtured Kanye's love for the arts from day one. She even left her academic career to manage his and wrote a book, Raising Kanye, about her superstar son. Her support was unmatched, and boom, she passes in 2007.
Dr. Donda West passed away after having plastic surgery in November, but a coroner in Los Angeles ruled her death wasn't directly a result.
Okay, so hold up. The death of Donda West wasn't just a sad moment for Kanye, it sent him on a whole different vibe. We're talking full on pivot mode, and baby, it wasn't pretty. Like, imagine you've just lost the most important person in your life, and on top of that, your long-term relationship with Alexis Pfeiffer crashes and burns. Bruh, that's a lot for anyone, but for Kanye, it was like throwing gas on a bonfire. Like, I want you to remember that Kanye's already unhinged as it is. Now, instead of dropping that Good As Job album we're all waiting for, which honestly sounded like it was gonna be pretty fire, Kanye flips the script and drops 808s and Heartbreak, and boy, let's just say we weren't ready. 808 was like Kanye was saying, yeah, I'm done with rapping for a minute, I'm about to get all in my feels. The autotune was heavy, the beats were futuristic, and he was crooning like he had just broken up with an entire city, not just a girl. We're talking themes of love, loss, and loneliness, stuff that nobody was really rapping about at the time. It was bold, yes, a little experimental, and honestly, it had us all shook. Critics were like, is this even hip-hop? But low-key, they're also like, yup, this is gonna change the game, and guess what? It did. 808 basically paved the way for artists like Drake, who went on to dominate your playlist for the next 15 years. So yeah, Kanye was low-key a prophet. But let's not act like it was all just sad autotune ballads and soul-searching. Nah, Kanye's grief turned into a full-on chaos real quick. 2009, my man straight up storms the VMAs and snatches the mic from Taylor Swift during her big win and shouts, Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time, and the whole world turns into cringe city. Everyone from your grandma to Obama, yes, Obama straight up called him a jackass. Everyone was roasting him. It was like a social media meltdown before social media was even popping. Now, Kanye dips out for a minute after that, cancels his tours with Lady Gaga. Like, the whole moment was the definition of a disaster, and suddenly the world was like, bruh, what is wrong with you? But you all know Kanye, he always comes back swinging. That's when he was about to step into the next chapter of his career that some critics say was arguably the best run of his life. Ye was him in 2009. He was like the Beyonce of the hip-hop world before Beyonce even knew that she was Beyonce. After 808 and Heartbreak dropped, Kanye was everywhere. He was the guy who went from docu producer to the style icon, rocking Louis Vuitton and making Nike sweat. No one was touching his hustle. Not even Jay-Z could stop him. He was bigger than anyone ever imagined. He was the future of music, the future of fashion, the future of, well, everything. He was untouchable.
I knew he's gonna wild out and he's gonna do something crazy. Everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
But fast forward to October 2022 and it's like watching a slow motion disaster unfold. Ye managed to piss off literally everyone and throw his empire into flames like he was auditioning for an action movie. First, he had to drag his ex-wife Kim Kardashian into his drama, you know, just because he could. Then came the White Lives Matter fiasco during the Paris Fashion Week, followed by a full-on transformation into a poster child for an alright vibes. Classic, yay. But no, he wasn't done. He doubled down with an all-out anti-Semitic media blitz. It was like watching somebody deliberately set fire to every bridge they'd ever built. And here's the tea. Once Ye went off the rails, it was over. No more Adidas, no more Gap, no more JP Morgan. They all dropped him faster than a TikTok trend fades. Well, you know, Kanye's a little delusional, right? He's out here like, Adidas would never leave me alone. They can't. And then boom, they pull the plug. And this wasn't a little breakup either. It cost Adidas $246 million. That's like losing your favorite pair of Yeezys, but multiply that by 1,000,000. Ye's whole Adidas line made up 8% of Adidas sales. No wonder they had to think about it for a week before they could break up with him. Now, let's go back a bit, right? There was a time when a Kanye album was an event. Like, the whole world stopped. We weren't just hearing music, we were experiencing art. The kind of album that made you feel like you had to wear designer glasses just to get it. But now, people are out here like, who's gonna buy Yeezys anymore? This is the same guy who came in swinging with the College Dropout, the album that made preppy cool again and turned Kanye into a cultural movement. He was the nerdy rapper we never knew that we needed, a true pop culture icon. Then came the infamous moments, interrupting Taylor Swift, saying slavery was a choice, trying to get cozy with Trump, and then, yeah, he went full Kanye. The man even told us George Floyd's death wasn't about racism, it was about fentanyl or whatever conspiracy theory he was peddling that day. It's almost impressive how far off the rails has gone. Almost. And let's not even get started with him being too toxic for Candace Owens' right-wing platform. The disrespect. But thing is, Kanye West, the man who had everything, went from being the voice of a generation to kids don't end up like Kanye. You know you've hit rock bottom when even Skechers has to call security on you and your lawyer refuses to even look at you. Not even Cameo, the lawyer who helped Johnny Depp, would touch him with a 10-foot pole. That's like getting rejected by the hottest girl in school. Oof. Well, Kanye's been apologizing, but honestly, his sorry if I offended you apology is like sending an ex a text after ghosting them for a week. It doesn't make it right, my guy. He's left a mess that not even his once loyal fans can clean up. Speaking about being a Kanye fan, being a Kanye fan in 2024 is like riding a roller coaster built by someone who refuses to follow the blueprint and is definitely not using safety equipment. 1 minute is preaching about dream bigger, and the next he's out here dropping wild ass statements like, how am I supposed to still hype up someone who gave me Touch the Sky when I was 14 and then later drops gems like 400 years of slavery sounds like a choice? Bruh, I can't even laugh at that, and believe me, I've tried. It's like watching your favorite superhero become the supervillain, and it's giving uncle who was just discovered Twitter after 5 years of living under a rock vibes. More like the Trump Twitter rants back in the day. But here's the thing, being a Kanye fan is a full-blown relationship, right? We've been through the wire highs, the I wonder feels, New Slaves revolution. He made me think bigger, reach higher, and now I'm left wondering, can I really ignore the nonsense and still vibe with his music? I mean, separating the art from the artist. It's like asking, can I still enjoy my favorite show knowing that the main character is a dumpster fire in real life? I still watch The Cosby Show for the nostalgia, but then I'm like, should I really be laughing at this knowing what's up? It's complicated. Now, don't get it twisted. Kanye's not out here committing crimes like all the other fallen legends like Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, and Woody Allen. That's a whole different level of cancelled. Kanye is out here with questionable opinions, sure, but he's not locking anyone in basements or doing anything illegal. But still, when a man who gave you New Slaves is talking about slavery like it's a personal choice, it messes with your brain. And let's talk about the guy who once stood up for black people during Hurricane Katrina, now posing up to the most racist, sexist, homophobic president in recent memory. How did we get here? And while we're at it, it's truly wild that we could groove to Michael Jackson without thinking about the child abuse allegations, but with Kanye, his persona and opinions are too wrapped up in his music. It's like he's showing us his messy life album and the tracks are starting to sound a little off. So the question still stands. Can I still rock with Kanye's music when his whole life feels like a reality TV show gone wrong? Because the reality of it, as much as we might try to separate the art from the artist, at this point, it's like asking us to ignore the elephant dancing in the middle of the room. It's hard, my guy. So yeah, forgive me if I missed the old Kanye. Straight from the goal Kanye. Chop up the soul Kanye. Set on his goals Kanye. I hate the new Kanye. The bad mood Kanye. The always rude Kanye. Spats in the news Kanye. I miss the old Kanye.